Hello and welcome to another edition of Power Circuit. And the election season, the election campaign is over today with Telangana. So the entire 5 state election campaign process is over. Telangana is going to vote on Thursday, and of course on Sunday it's the day of
The big day.
the big results. So we thought we'll just do a wrap of what all we saw in
And
the
no one is
elections.
going to predict.
No, we can't predict. The EC has banned us from predicting till at least Thursday evening. So we will not predict, but general pointers on what we saw during the
Yeah.
election campaign. So Pallavi and me have both travelled
You
in.
just come back from Rajasthan. What is, you think it could be tough for Ashok Gehlot or?
Well, it looks tough. See, I think a couple of factors, Pallavi. One, obviously, the history, the political history of the state. 3 decades, no government has been able to come back and all that. So obviously, that is stacked up from the start against Ashok Gehlot. Other also is this. I thought maybe you would have seen also this a bit of anger amongst the people against his MLAs.
Yes.
Thinking that the MLAs have not
Right.
worked. Not so much on the image of Ashok Gehlot per se, but people are still fond of Ashok Gehlot as the chief minister. But I think against his MLAs, and they repeated many MLAs also,
Which
that
for me is a
compulsion.
bit of a surprise, Aman, but I also understand his political compulsions. One way to cut the anti-incumbency is also you coming out with new candidates.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
You don't have the sitting MLAs, some of the ministers who are non-performing ministers. I can understand Shanti Dhariwal and all those people not being asked to step aside, but surely he could have changed his MLAs.
I think that didn't happen mostly because I think the tussle between Pilot and Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot, everybody wanted their people. So I think they've tried to keep everybody happy, but will that be at the cost of, facing reverses in the election remains to be seen. But there were certain things going for Ashok Gehlot also, Pallavi. I think in the last 2-3 days, when I traveled to a few villages, people were taken in by this campaign of the Congress. That if the Congress goes out of power, this Chiranjeevi medical insurance scheme, the very popular 25 lakh a year medical insurance scheme would stop. So I think there was this feeling among some people that ये योजना बंद नहीं होनी चाहिए. So, but will that translate into people again voting for Ashok Gehlot? I really don't know because obviously the voter and whichever vote poll. I remember going to a polling booth in urban Jodhpur around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and there were some people voting, the urban voters, and one lady said she's a classmate of Ashok Gehlot. Another person said he's a friend of Ashok Gehlot. But even they said कि आदमी बहुत अच्छे हैं, he's a nice man, but administration leaves a lot to be decided. In fact, one woman said that morning walk लेना जोधपुर में मुश्किल हो गया because crime बहुत है, snatching हो जाता है.
That's
So,
little alarming considering that it's Ashok Gehlot's constituency.
yeah, so these were
strong,
kind of
yeah.
factors, pointers which I saw, which showed that Congress is in maybe for a tough fight in Rajasthan, and BJP obviously has been on an upswing there because of various other reasons, Kanhaiya Lal case, or the general feeling that
But they've also taken a huge risk, I mean, many of the sitting MPs have been asked to
Yeah.
contest. Will that work?
Well, I think there's a strategy behind this. What the BJP leaders say that the MPs have been put up in all tough seats. Seats which have BJP not won once or 2 terms and all. So maybe the MP is able to deliver that in a tight election. 6-7 seats really matter, or maybe they're able to influence other assembly seats in their parliamentary constituency. Like Rajyavardhan Rathod from Jaipur. So can he influence other seats in Jaipur? And so I think that is the strategy. It doesn't look too promising to me. Because some people say that few of their MPs are surely losing. BJP's
Yeah.
MPs are surely losing. But I think the largest strategy both in MP and Rajasthan was to, maybe, and because there's no CM face, Pallavi, so I think everybody is trying to put their best foot forward, trying to impress.
That's the big question. Will
Modi
it
and
be
Amit Shah.
Vasundhara Raje Scindia after all as a CM in case the BJP wins in Rajasthan?
Well, I remember going to one of her rallies, 2 rallies of hers in one day. So, what I saw, I think she remains immensely popular. She still has that connect. I saw her speak in one of the rallies. She was basically telling her record as the chief minister. What all she did, and she took pride in even saying that, people thought I'll be demolished in the last election, but still I got 73 seats. So, I am nowhere, I'm going nowhere. That was a message. Also, her supporters saying that 55 to 60 tickets this time are all Vasundhara Raje loyalists also. So if she manages to get 40 of her loyalist MLAs elected in Rajasthan, then I think and we have Lok Sabha also coming up in
Yes.
Rajasthan. So they would, the choice I think for the BJP is, if they win, is either to go for an experienced administrator like Vasundhara Raje or a complete greenhorn, like Diya Kumari, or maybe Rajyavardhan Rathod or Dharmendra Rathod, people who have not been, the governance record is not really tested. So I think the choice of the BJP would be between all these, or maybe a completely surprise candidate we have not haven't thought of.
That's one thing you know about the BJP. You can never ever kind of predict or anticipate. But that brings us back to the Sachin Pilot factor. I mean, I personally think, and this is what we reported about also, what Sachin Pilot maybe was brought in little late. But I don't know whether it has swung the fortunes or it can swing the fortunes for the Congress party. But you know, even if the Congress loses, Sachin Pilot has a longer inning to play, not just in Rajasthan, but even as a national level. Like even as we speak, he is in Telangana. He's been in Telangana, done with Rajasthan campaigning. So he's definitely going to have that pan-India imaging, which Ashok Gehlot may not have.
And if Ashok Gehlot actually loses, this may be his last election. It's 72 years of age. He'll be 77 by the time the next. But Kamal Nath is fighting at 76, so we really can't say if Ashok Gehlot can be ruled out. But definitely, I think if Congress loses this election, Sachin Pilot is projected to be the next.
And it was
leader.
all about Gehlot. I mean, he chose the people, the campaign was all about him. So he was given a free hand. So if tomorrow the Gandhis muster courage along with Mr. Kharge, will they then tell Gehlot, you're out? It's now going to be Pilot. And will Pilot then be made the PCC chief once again?
Yeah.
That is also very important because last time around, that's exactly what had happened. And this time, I don't think he's going to give it up that easily.
Exactly. And I think even if you look at the last election, Pallavi, the reason that Congress came to power in Rajasthan was because Eastern Rajasthan voted en masse for the Congress. Out of 54 seats, the BJP could win just 14. Most of them were swept by the Congress party. And that was also because Eastern Rajasthan, and specifically Gujjars in 3 to 4 districts, thought that Sachin Pilot will become the chief minister. So this time, it is looking like Gujjars are not that happy with the Congress. They might move to the BJP. And if that happens, that might be a big reason if the
and that could have its impact on the larger national picture as well for 2024. I mean, we should not forget also that these elections have a lot of campaigning is happening actually with an eye on 2024. The last state, of course, going to poll is Telangana, and Telangana is really interesting because the Congress began as not being there anyway in the race, but now they've emerged clearly a BRS versus Congress fight.
Absolutely, it's become in the Rayati, there's a whole scheme for the farmers. I think it's become the main issue in the election the last 2 days, and Congress a bit on the back foot. Pallavi's written about it today that now going to the EC and asking it to
perhaps could have boomeranged on them.
Yeah, because the BRS has turned the tables saying farmers should remember who stopped the scheme payout during the election.
So you know, I'm just thinking, I mean, suppose they've been in Telangana, so Karnataka in, Telangana in, Tamil Nadu because they are with DMK, and Kerala, of course, they're going to look at a cyclical pattern. So what they are not able to get in north, they are looking down south. And traditionally, south has been more or less of a stronger Gandhi kind of impression. You know, like they're more impressive with Indramma, Sonia, and all. They played that card very much over here.
South looks like Congress game for 2024. That is where I think their efforts have been. And but for BJP, I feel, Pallavi, if BJP wins Rajasthan and MP, it could be a big thing for them if they win these 2 states because
huge. And for some reason, BJP is also very gung-ho about Chhattisgarh. You know, if you speak to some BJP leaders, they actually think that Chhattisgarh is also something when they can win. Suppose Congress loses Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, it's going to be a huge setback.
Huge setback because last time they won all the 3 states before going into the general elections.
This is coming very close to 2024 and an aggressive Congress, and a Congress would have used this victory if it wins in the India Front Alliance negotiations.
I think Congress would be really disappointed if they lose Chhattisgarh, you know, because that is one state where they've had a huge lead.
And there's never been anyone from the BJP.
Yeah, because Rajasthan you can still say, okay, it's a cyclic pattern. And MP, you know, okay, fine, MP, I think it's going to be close, so we can't really say who has the edge there till the end.
Telangana will be a huge personal shock because they've really worked very hard. They've tried a lot of experiments there.
And there's 10 years of anti-incumbency against BRS, so this is the Congress's best chance, I think, to win Telangana if they do. So I think the states for Sunday, we'll leave more of the prediction to Sunday on what actually happens.
By that time, everything will be over.
Yeah. So, but the Thursday, the exit polls will come. So let us see what those exit polls give a fair idea.
Presuming that exit polls are usually correct.
And before we end, like just a message of hope and prayers for what is happening in Uttarkashi. And we are hoping for good news, Pallavi, either today or tomorrow or by Thursday.
And I'm horrified to think. I mean, it must be so tough for them, but all-out efforts are being made.
But this is, I think, they have in the last 2 days there have been a lot of positive developments, especially the manual drilling. That rat mining technique has really worked. It's about 6 to 7 meters of debris left. So, and so the vertical drilling has worked in a way. It has also progressed well. So, what we are learning from the ground from our reporters, Anshul, who's there been on the ground for almost more than 2 weeks now, our reporter from CNN News 18, and what we are running from government sources is that by tonight or tomorrow, or maximum by Thursday, it is expected that a breakthrough will happen and all the 41 laborers would be brought out safely. And I think the government has left no stone unturned. Pallavi.
Absolutely.
Principal Secretary to the PM, PK Mishra, has been camping there since the last 2 days. He's been told to be there.
Then Chief Minister has also been going
Chief Minister
there.
has been
They've
there.
taken
Home
all
Secretary has been
efforts,
there.
yeah.
Pallavi, Union Home Secretary is there.
So we can't
Yeah.
complain. The government really has put in its best efforts. But it's a tough terrain. It's a mountainous area, weather, those are the factors. So I guess.
And
But we are still hoping for
we're
some
still
good.
hoping
For that,
and-
us, that would be the real big news.
That would be the really big news, more than I think the election results, if
results,
this
yeah.
comes out. And also maybe this incident now has lessons for future such projects.
Yeah.
May the safety measures are enhanced, we hope, because this kind of tragedy, this kind of really, and we hope the nation is coming together, and all are praying for the safety of these 41 laborers coming home to their families, to their near and dear ones, and everybody is safe and healthy, and they recuperate from this what has been obviously a traumatic experience for all of them. So let's hope, fingers crossed, and by the next time we do Power Circuit, we hope the 41
smiling.
laborers are home, and the poll of polls and the election results are
Will be
also
done.
in,
And over to Parliament then.
and over to Parliament then. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you so
us
much.
on Power Circuit. Thank you.